Hi, Jamar.
Okay.
Jamar is giving the whole, cowboy vibes, literally from head to toe, from the boots, the jeans, the shirt, the vest, the hat. What's your hat? What's your hat?
That's it.
Oh, okay. The
Straight
hat,
up.
the bandana, and how it's placed.
One
Everything is just strictly giving cowboy vibes. But
real.
yes, that was a good performance. I like how you started.
Yeah.
This is your new song. It's
my new
titled
song,
Bold,
titled
right?
Bold, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. All right. Now, Kofi Jamar has been on Unpacking before. We've had a conversation with him on Unpacking before, especially right after he released a song in December 2022. We had it early last year. And so for those who missed that conversation, we are going to start from the bottom, okay, and build up from when music started for him winning a music competition when he was 18, and then, getting into the music industry, investment in his music, in his brand, in his career, collaborations with Stonebwoy, Calligraph Jones, we are going to talk about the whole thing. And then he's been on a year's break. And so why has he been on a break that long? As a musician and being in this really fast attention economy, how has he handled the break? And then we talk about the new song, which is titled Bold. All right, Kofi. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Fine. That's good. Good to know that you are doing good. Now, I mentioned that I wanted us to start from the bottom and build up, right? And so take us through, when you realize that music is a thing for you, or when you realize that you can't actually sing.
I think I'll take you back to Bantama, where it all started out for me, and I started with the trial and error. I used to be a fan of the music then,
Okay.
I mean, to be going to shows and all of that, trying to sing along. But I realized that I had that talent just about that time, and I started honing my skills by going to the Freestyle Saturday competition. That was like one of the main freestyle shows back in Kumasi, and that's where I started getting my fame from, that's where I started getting people to like my vibe and all of that, and started getting followers and all of that from the songs. And I think that's the pivot, that's where it started for me. And since then I've been just at it forever.
But you won a freestyle rap competition at 18. Is it the same one that you started with?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, how
That's
long did
from
it take
freestyle.
you before you won?
Well, we went on it's like 3 months, 4 months. We go on it for 3 months, 4 months. But I think it was a year. Like I was still in school. I was still in school when I went for that. And the funny thing is that people in my school never knew that I was the one doing that rap competition.
How is that?
Yeah.
Oh, they could hear
I was low
you,
key.
but they
Yeah, I was low key, and I won it, but they didn't know that the winner was from Asantuma, and I was doing all of that,
So at which point did they know that it was you?
I think later on, when one of my songs, the mixtapes that I did, went viral, that's when like a lot of my mates got to realize that. But as around that time, I wasn't in school anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So they could put a face to the voice now. But if you say you weren't in school anymore, what happened to that?
Okay, I had completed around that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. Should you pick a genre for your music? How would you classify it?
Well, for me, music have been experimental for me. As I started, I sort of get my vibe from missing genres. And where my influences, basic of my influences from hip hop, and I'll say hip life. But as I'm going on, I'm still discovering genres, trying to put genres together, trying to mix songs up. Yeah, that's it. I think my whole stuff is based on experimental.
Experimenting.
Yeah.
Okay. That is why I asked, because then you can't exactly fit you into a particular genre, right? But what also informed that, into detail, and how do you think that is going? Is it sitting, right with people, also being consumers, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking this because now, whether you like it or not, consumers are also dictating, what genres people should do. And that is why we have some rappers just, putting rap aside and then doing singing, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it a lot, even in Ghana's music industry.
That's true. That's true. For me, I rap and I sing too, so that's not a problem for me. But I feel like I have genres to discover. I have to bring genres up.
Okay.
And I can't do it by just staying in the box, you know. I have, like, when you talk about great high life songs, I got one with Safer. When you talk about hip hop songs, I got some. When you talk about dancehall song, I got one with Stonebwoy,
yeah.
all of that. So I think I get my vibe from that.
Okay.
That's one of my identities,
okay.
that I can move everywhere freely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a free agent, something like that.
Free agent,
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. But in being a free agent, how would you say that is going for you? Is there any difficulty in making the music? Because you know how it's probably, maybe it will probably be easy if you decide that, oh, okay, I'm doing this genre, right? And so whatever song you're doing, you're skewed to that genre, right? But being a free agent, doesn't it make it a lot for you? Isn't it a lot to deal with?
Nah, I feel like the season that we are in dictates for me,
right?
And also the fans also dictates for me, like where they want to go, and I look at what's going on. You know, music have to, like, it comes from your surroundings. You know, things you're inspired of, what is going on at the moment. So that's what it really informs my music. So I think it all comes from there. So this is what is going on, I know that I have to put some element of that in there, but I'm not going to do just that genre straight, exactly. But I have a way of blending in. Okay. You know, and I feel like at the end of it all, the aim is to come out with some new genres. Something like, I feel like I'm a scientist in this music. If I'm doing music,
mixing and matching.
Yeah, that's it. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, now you mentioned new genres and genre discovery and experimentation a few times, right? So let's get into it. If you have discovered any genres, how would you label them? What are these genres? How are you bringing that to the forefront?
Well, one thing about hip life is how they mixed a genre of hip hop and the high life, and they named it hip life. It became our own genre. So I feel like genres sort of have a base from that. You can't pick a whole new genre that can't just come about. It just forms from what is already there. Okay. It imitates it. Like Afro, now we have Afro soul, Afro R&B, like Afro pop, Afro dancehall, stuff like that, you know. So, and I feel like our music, high life and the Afro, sort of is like the root. So when I per se I'm a scientist, and when I go into my lab and I'm trying to create music, I feel like the Afro it's like water. It can blend in any genre. It can fix in. That's how it can fix in a lot of other influences in there, you know. So I feel that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea.
So now I get it. It's not to create a whole new genre on its own, but it's also to dabble in all of these other genres, in mixing and matching.
Bring something out of
it. Okay. Okay. Now talking about you know, mixing and matching and dabbling in genres, you released Tomorrow, which was in December of 2022. Now after the release of that song, there was a lot of peace and quiet on your side because you were away for a year, if we can say that, until the release of Bold. So let's talk about, you know, how Tomorrow did, in your opinion, and then we talk about the follow period as well.
For real, Tomorrow, I think right about now, the music business is not all about the talent. You can have a great song, you can have one of the best songs in the world, but without the right promotion and stuff like that, it doesn't it don't get together for you like that. So I feel like Tomorrow, it happened like that. Around that time, we encountered some mishaps on the way, like with my team and everything. So we had to step back and just come out with a new plan, you know? Yeah.
All right, so that's what happened. Okay, so is that to say that you think Tomorrow could have done better than it already did, or, you know, it could have had more numbers?
It could have done better, if not for the politics, you know? Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay. All right. Now, after the release of Tomorrow, you know, you went off, like I already said. You didn't put out any music the whole of last year. How did you spend your time not making music?
Well, you know, I was just flowing with it. You know, around that time, I got a chance to be in the U.S. where I recorded with some top-notch producers.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of that. So I think around that time, sometimes it's best to step back and just think, because when you are in the system, sometimes your ideas kind of get stuck, you know. But it's good to step back a little bit, then observe what's going on and how you want to come in again. Sometimes you lose yourself. You can start off like this is what you want to do, but later on, with all the fame, with all the what's going on, the noise that's going on, you can easily get lost in what, like, the original idea why you started. So I think that around that time, I think I spent 6 months in the US, and I think I discovered myself. I discovered what I realized my purpose again. I realized what I wanted, how I wanted to take the music and where I want to go with it again, all of that. So I think it helped. It helped for me, yeah.
Okay. Now, there's a saying that, you know, we are in a fast attention economy where, you know, if you are not in people's faces, if you are not putting out work, you know, in relation to whatever career path that you have chosen, it is so easy for people to forget you.
That's
because
true.
guess what? Other people are doing, you know, 100 times more, you know. One artist can release 10, 15, 20 songs in a year. You know, so it's easy to forget the one who isn't releasing,
That's
right?
true.
How did you still keep in touch with your fans, still be engaged with them, and make sure that, you know, they are not forgetting who you are and what you do?
Well, I'll say first and foremost, I'm lucky because of how I came in with, because the songs that I started doing, I made songs. That's what I can say. I made songs that would vibrate with the people, that would touch people on a different level. So I think those songs have sustained me. It doesn't, although I'm not everywhere, you know, but like I meet people and they are still letting me know how they sound. They are still listening to my music and what it does for them and all of that. So I think if I was just somebody that just came in with something, I would have been gone by now. But I feel like I'm still here because of the songs that I did. They were quality, and it's still gonna keep me here.
Kofi Jamar is giving me slurring up and saying quality. Because yeah, I mean the ice still no melts. I mean the ice so still there inside. So still there inside. But anyway, would you know, just touch on a few of these songs? I can say for a fact that Ekorso is one of them.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Ekorso is one of them. Midday Up with Stone Boy. Yeah, that's also one of them. Chairman with Sifa. That's also one of them. They don't know. I think most of my songs and the EPs that I released, and also from the start, I already have 2 EPs under my name. So I think, and they are all good songs. So whenever my fans miss me, they can tap in there and listen to it. And I feel like I was keeping them fed around that time still.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, Ghana here, as you said, the fast attention-based stuff. You have to be in people's faces every time and all of that. And I think with a little bit of work, things are gonna be fine.
Things will be better. Fingers crossed. Hopefully everything falls back in line for you. But with the break as well, how are you feeling, right? I've asked about, you know, engaging with your fans, but truly and really, how are you feeling? Because you know what happens? It's easy to feel left out, right? The fear of missing out is real.
True.
Right? And so you being on social media, seeing how everybody is going, seemingly progressing, you know, and then have a good trajectory with music and all of that. How are you feeling? How did you overcome these feelings, you know, if you had to?
Well, as you were saying, I'm gonna go through. I'm like most definitely gonna go through the roller coaster of emotions. Like sometimes you're happy, sometimes you feel some way that you could be doing stuff out there, but you know you can't put stuff out. And a musician, as a creative, when you can't put your work out, that's like one of the biggest headaches, you know. So I was going through it, no doubt. I was going through it, but I kept myself with patience, like being patient and feeling like I have to prepare for my time, so that when the time comes, it it will come
be
well.
better.
Yeah.
Timing is everything.
Yeah.
And I like when you say that, you know, you were going through it, but you were also patient, right?
Yeah.
Because I think as humans, that's one thing that sometimes we miss out on, being patient, trusting the times and the seasons, right?
For real.
All right. Now, how does music come to you, Kofi Jamar? Are you the type to write? Do you just, you know, thrive on inshallah and vibes? Or when you get into the studio, you know, you can put your one and two together?
Yeah, I think music is based on what I'm trying to do. When I'm trying to write an album or conceptual album, I'm going to write about it. I'm going to put points, what I want to say. I'm going to put those points out in the book or something like that. And when I get in the studio, I tend to make that into a song. But sometimes too, it just comes by you vibing out. When you hear the instrumental, like you already got everything that you need when you hear the instrumental. And if you're listening well, it will tell you what to say.
Right.
It will steer you across the direction
How
that you want
to go.
to shoot.
So it's not written in stone. It's as and when.
Yeah.
It can happen any
Yeah,
which
it can
way.
happen any way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's nice. But also, you know, you've had really good collaborations, which I've already mentioned, right? Are you looking beyond, you know, some Ghanaian artists at the moment, now that you are back, you're ready, you're pumped and prepped?
Yeah.
Are you looking at any collaborations, you know, let's say, wait, I said beyond Ghana, but let me do within Ghana and then without.
Yeah, there's a lot of collaborations coming out, you know, because I believe in collaboration and how two different minds, like creative minds, getting together to create something, you know, is a whole vibe, you know. So like there's a lot of collaborations that's gonna come your way, and I feel like it's gonna come in due time.
Do you want to tease some of these collaborations?
No, but you know, you find out. Yeah.
See, I'm waiting patiently on the day you will ask an artist who they are collaborating with, specifically when the body of work is not out, and they just spill the beans. I'm just patiently waiting. It never happens. It never. I'm just biding my time and waiting patiently for that day.
The element of surprise, I can just take it out, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now there's no element in surprise in this next question I'm about to ask you, right? How you've been able to, you know, stay grounded, you know, and thrive in industry. How does that come about for you?
Well, I feel like it all comes when you don't have to get your head into it too much, you know.
Okay. When you say that, what do you mean?
Like, you don't have to take it too, my philosophy, I don't have to take it too serious.
Okay.
To the extent that if something don't happen for you, you're trying to like.
So there should be a balance.
There should be a balance.
Right.
So I thrive in that balance.
Okay.
I thrive in that balance of going somewhere that nobody knows me, not dealing with fame, just doing my stuff. I like to feel that way. Okay. That's the balance for me. Because some people they get so used to people calling them out wherever they go. So when it comes to a time and people don't call them out again, they're gonna be depressed or something like that.
True.
But I find the balance in there.
Okay.
And that helps me. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. What has been one most memorable moment for you in all of this, you know, from the start of your music career up to this point?
Well, a lot of
Okay, let's get into it. I was hoping you just give me one, but if you have a
times.
lot of it, let's just get into all of it.
Well, first is me getting nominated at the VGMAs, like the seven times nominations, and that's one. Getting to meet Saka there when we went to when we were in London. Yeah, me getting to record with him and all of that. That was a surreal moment for me because he was someone that I've been looking up to for a while, you know. And me getting to collaborate with Stonebwoy and Shatawale, that's also one point for me. And me getting to be outside of the country, playing my song outside and like a lot of crowd, people jamming to it, you know. That's also like, I have a lot of memories. Yeah.
I'll remind you of one which you may seem to be forgetting. You won Collaboration of the Year, Film Music Awards 2022 for your song Ekorso, which is with YP and Yao Talk, right? So let's slot that in there.
Yeah, for real though.
It's important.
I still get my trophies right there.
It is really important. So yeah, but mentioning awards, right? I understand when you say that, yeah, getting the nomination, you know, 7 nominations at the GMAs, you know, was a high for you, right? How do you feel when these nominations come and then you don't exactly get the award?
Well, I feel like just me being nominated mostly is enough for me. Most times, yeah, that's a, and for this the VGMs per se, me getting nominated was because it was the first time.
Right.
Me, like, people hearing of me, and I got 7 nominations, so it was enough for me. Sometimes that's how I feel.
I like it. Now, you saw me smile when you said that, right? Because I think I've said it too many times at this point that the nomination is also recognition enough. It's just a matter of time that you get nominated and you win.
That's
so, yeah,
true.
it is good. But now let's get into the new one, right? Which you performed here this one. Now, if you missed that performance, we're going to play it right after this conversation again. If you're going to miss that one as well, you can catch it on our YouTube, okay? The new one is titled Bold.
Bold, yeah.
All right. Let's get into the creation of the song, the titling of it, and why you chose that as your comeback song.
Well, it's a simple song, but I had a lot to say on it, you know. And I felt vulnerable on that song. And as the title say, in the face of vulnerability, she's still bold, you know. And I feel like it's right. It's only right that I started with something like that. And people have been asking why I've been away for long and all of that. But if you listen to that song, it comes with that emotions for you to know, like, exploring I feel like right now I'm in the state where I'm exploring my vulnerabilities and letting it out to the world.
I like that. I like that.
So
I like that because you see, society sort of pitches men against society. Let me just put it that way. In that they say that they don't allow you to be vulnerable. They don't allow you to open up, to speak up, to cry, you know, to let out your emotions regardless of how you're feeling. So the fact that you are exploring your vulnerability, I'm all for it. I vote for that.
Straight up.
I vote for men putting out and showing their vulnerability. There's a line that, you know, stuck out to me in there where you said, you can touch my body, but not my spirit, right? So let's get into, you know, the strength of spirit, the fortitude, because not everybody, you know, has that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And it's like, you'll be going through a lot, but it's not, that's how I feel. I might be going through a lot, but it's not touching the spirit inside of me. It's just like face value, the body. I'll feel hurt, I'll feel some pains, but it's not going inside. It's not affecting me to the core.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that you can regroup and bounce back, right?
Straight up, you got it.
With the song, Bold, what messaging are you looking to putting out, you know, to the fans? Should someone listen to the song, right? Being the creator, what do you want them to take away from the song?
Well, to let people recognize and accept their vulnerabilities, accept what they're going through, you know, like face reality that you're going through a lot, but still you have that boldness that you're going to come out of it, you know. So this song is kind of, for me, it's kind of like, it's bright, but it's kind of like a dark song for me, me going through a dark period. But still at the end of the tunnel, there's light, you know?
Yeah,
that's it.
Because you go through the emotions, right? It's the ups and the downs, the darkness and the light, right?
Straight
it
up.
happens. You take the good with the bad. I like to say that as well. So.
That's it.
But also, you have EPs.
Yeah.
Are we looking at, you know, a Kofi Jamar album this year? Now that you've bounced back, you have your first song. How many more singles are you going to be giving us beyond the singles? You know, should we expect maybe another EP or an album?
Yeah, but I think people are not ready for my EP now.
How do you mean?
I just feel that way. I feel like I want to drop more singles because I have already 2 EPs out there. That's so exceptionally, like, it's good. Yeah, so I feel like, I'm going to wait on it now. Album is going to come out maybe like next year or something like that.
Okay.
Depending on how it goes.
It goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so more singles this year.
Yeah, more singles.
Right. Now with these singles, are you also now looking at you know, putting that on the album when it comes next year, or is it going to be exclusive? You know how some of these things work, right?
Yeah,
People
real.
can give us the singles, and then now put it on the album
yeah.
or not. Is it going to be exclusive? Is it different?
Yeah, it's gonna be different.
Okay.
It's gonna be different. Yeah, because
Okay.
if I want to do an album, I'll have to go into it. Like I have to go into album mode and record all the songs for the album.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be singles that I just put on the album.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, putting your music on a global stage, you know, would have me talking about promotion and all of that. Also because of how well ekorso, you know, was, right?
True.
It was global.
Wow.
And then also you're mentioning that you were not able to do with Tomorrow what you would have wished to do with it, right?
Yeah.
How are promo plans, you know, looking like for Bold?
Well, I think we prepared this time, and I feel like steady wins the race. That's how we're going with it now. And once I have the will, I know there's a way.
Right.
And that's how we're going with it. So we are prepared. Me and my team, we are prepared so much. And it's not just for the Bold, but it's just for me coming out back again, you know? Because I feel like I have to get back, like get my head back in the game.
Right.
And like there's more miles to go. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff
Miles to
ahead.
run,
Yeah.
With a bounce back, are there any particular producers, artists, you know, people in the musical, technical world that you will want to work with that you haven't already?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people like that. I feel like last time I messaged Hammer. Yeah, and he's so ready. Like he said, when he gets into the lab, he's gonna let me know stuff like that. So yeah, Hammer, I would love to work with Hammer. I feel like if I get in the studio with Hammer, we're gonna create something magical, like something different. Yeah, so Hammer, people like Kewa, yeah, a lot of them. A lot of them, yeah.
Now you're signed onto a record label that, you know, has you on their hearts.
Yeah.
The God One Records, right?
Yeah.
How would you say working with them has helped your brand over the years? Because you've been with them for, you know, a few years at this point, and then also, you know, impacted your career profoundly.
For real, I feel like God One Records has been my family. They helped me to get where I am now. You know, I think they started this music journey with me. Because like the time that I was in Kumasi, I wasn't heard of, you know, and they came along, and they are the reason why I'm here pursuing the music at a bigger degree. So they are family, and I think they helped me. I'm who I am today because of God One Records. That's what I would say. Yeah. I
like that. I like the sound of that. You know, showing gratitude and appreciation for those who have helped you, you know, up the journey. That's really nice. But Bold, is it on all DSPs? Should someone want to listen to it?
On all DSPs. It just got up. I know the internet is messing up, but
it's a hustle.
Crazy.
It's been a hustle these past couple of hours, but
we got the video ready, but I think the internet is messing up, so we're gonna wait on it for a bit. But the audio is out on all DSPs, Audio Mac, Apple Music, Spotify, Boomplay, and all of that. So you can check in Kofi Jamar Bold, and you're gonna get it.
And you're going to get it. All right. Now, what I want to say to our viewers and listeners is, it is always good to support our own, right? Now, let us do with Bold what we did with ekorso, right? So that, you know, he's come back and he's ready. So let's stream a Ghana song today. And then under that big Ghana umbrella, stream a Kofi Jamar song today. And then under that, stream Kofi Jamar's Bold today. But Kofi Jamar, thank you so much. You're welcome back. And then I hope that, you know, this journey that you've bounced back on is a better one than the one you took a break from. So best of luck. We will be waiting for all of the singles that you have promised. It is a promise. Everybody has heard you. So please bounce back, keep at it, stay on course. Let's run with it, and we'll be waiting for the album whenever you are ready to give it to us. All right.
Thank you.
Stay bold. Stay bold. All right. Now this is how we are letting Kofi Jamar off. The song is out. It is titled Bold. For those who didn't catch it earlier, like I said, we're going to replay the song again. Bold. Okay, just spread the word, tell a friend, tell another friend. This has been Unpacking. My name is Lenny Lamote, your international radio and TV presenter living in Ghana at the moment.